War and after the Second World War, due to repeated colonialisms by different European powers, and after that Japanese powers. These are the 2 points related to ASEAN first. Now coming on to the third point. At the end of the war, it confronted problems of nation building, the ravages of poverty and economic backwardness, and the pressure to align with one great power or another during the Cold War. ये भी मैं आपको बता चुका था. Then as soon as the Second World War was completed, then as soon as the Second World War was vanished, after the completion of the Second World War, new challenges came into the front of all these countries belonging to Asia. What were these challenges? Because I think for a long history of 200, 250, 300 years, they were colonies, they were slaves of some other nation, due to which when that nation left them, and when these nations became independent from those colonial countries, then after becoming independent, new challenges came in front of them as confronting measure. What were those problems? Garibi, yani poverty, economic backwardness, yani ki आर्थिक मंदी, and the pressures related to the powers which were being imposed by different superpowers in the era of Cold War, because Cold War era began at that point of time. यानी कि मुसीबत गई नहीं, दूसरी मुसीबत सर पड़ी. बड़ी मुश्किल से तो आजादी मिली, और आजादी मिली तो कोल्ड वॉर एरा स्टार्ट हो गया. क्यों? क्योंकि दुनिया फिर दो टुकड़ों में बट गई. वन वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू यूएस कैंप एंड अनदर वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू यूएसएसआर कैंप. तो अभी तो आजादी मिली है, और उसके बाद दोनों सुपर पावर के कैंप से प्रेशर पड़ने लग गया कि तुम हमारे कैंप में और तुम हमारे कैंप में आओ. अरे भाई कैसे आए? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पॉवर्टी इज द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज. गरीबी इतनी है हमारे देश. इकोनॉमिक बैकवर्डनेस, आर्थिक रूप से गरीब हमारा देश इतना है, बैकवर्ड इतना है. पहले ये तो हम चैलेंज दूर कर लें. आफ्टर दैट वी विल बी आई थिंक एट सम कंडीशन टू गेट इनटू सम कैंप. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम सारी एक साथ आई. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, दिस वाज अ रिसाइट फॉर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट व्हिच द कंट्रीज ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशिया कुड इल अफोर्ड. एंड आई थिंक द लास्ट मेजर which was that after the Second World War, the Cold War era began, because the world was divided into two camps related to two superpowers. One was USSR camp, yani ki Soviet Union camp, and another was US camp, yani ki capitalist countries camp. And this third measure, this third change was the most irrelevant change, which was a great setback for the countries related to southeast regions of Asia, यानी कि एशियन कंट्रीज. बिकॉज ये तीसरा मेजर जो था, इस तीसरे मेजर को अफोर्ड करने के लिए साउथ ईस्ट कंट्रीज बिल्कुल भी तैयार नहीं थी. बिकॉज उनके मन में क्लियर था दैट हम किसी से अलाइन नहीं हो सकते. वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड ऑल दीज accumulities again. We cannot afford to get into some particular camp again. उनका क्लियर था इस बात पर. Efforts at Asian and Third World unity, such as the Bandung Conference and the Non-Alignment Movement, were ineffective in establishing the conventions for informal cooperation and interaction. उसके बाद obviously the world was divided into two camps. So I think every one or the other country was a part of this camp or that camp. And the countries who were not part of these camps, उनका क्या? Obviously उन्हें भी तो कुछ करना पड़ा होगा, बिल्कुल करना था. I think आपको याद होगा, after Second World War, the countries who were not the part of US camp or USSR camp, यानी कि these two camps. So I think some countries started to begin Bandung Conference. They did a conference in Bandung to meet and I think to make a different organization. वो fail हो गई. उसके बाद नॉन अलाइनमेंट मूवमेंट, आई थिंक आपको याद होगा, इट वाज स्टार्टेड बाय जवाहरलाल नेहरू आई थिंक एंड कोऑपरेटेड बाय अफगानिस्तान एंड म्यांमार एंड ऑल. उसके बाद वो भी फेल हो गया. So I think we can easily say that the Southeast region Asian countries were very much frustrated by the failures of all such independent organizations to make their independent third world. Third world, because one world was US, second world was of USSR, and third world was being trying to come into action through a different efforts done by Southeast Asian region countries from time to time. Hence, the Southeast Asian region countries nations sought an alternative by establishing the association. Then after that, the problem was that कि Bandung Conference में Southeast Asian region countries के जैसे 4 चले गए, 6 रह गए. नॉन अलाइनमेंट मूवमेंट में Southeast Asian region countries के 6 रह गए, 4 मतलब 6 चले गए, 4 रह गए. तो इस तरीके से the pattern was not actually coming into a proper shape. Second most important thing, that's why all these nations thought कि भाई हमें ऐसा करना पड़ेगा कि हमें सबको मिला के खुद की एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेपरेट बनानी पड़ेगी, because we five are working for some other organization, other five are working for some other organization, and that after that we know that we all are the same part of Asia, South first of all, and we are in Southeast, the most prosperous, the most resourceful areas of Asia we have. Therefore, it will be good that we all the nations comes into forefront, comes on a same podium, and after that prepares a common organization. Yeah, executes या conceives a complete organization of its own. So I think that was done. इसीलिए इन लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि हम सब अब शेप में आते हैं, और उसके बाद ही ये डिसाइड हुआ दैट वी विल कम इनटू शेप एंड वी विल ट्राई टू कंसीव एंड गिव अ शेप टू अ डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन that will only be containing the nations coming in Southeast Asian region. And the name of the organization will be demanded as ASEAN, ASEAN in capital letters. ASEAN was established in 1967 by 5 countries of this region: Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore and Thailand, by signing the Bangkok Declaration. ठीक है, अब कहते हैं ना जैसे कि I am making you explain anything, I am trying to make you explain about the concept of anything, और मैं कह रहा हूँ कि कल को आप करके आप में से शायद 5 ही आएंगे, वही चीज यहाँ हुई। ठीक है, ऑल द नेशंस रिलेटेड टू साउथ ईस्ट एशिया, ऑल द रीजनल नेशंस रिलेटेड टू साउथ ईस्ट एशिया, वो इस बात पर सहमत हो गए, दे वर कंप्लीटली अवेयर, ठीक है कि हम जुड़ेंगे इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से। बट when ASEAN was on the pavement of establishment day in 1967, when ASEAN was established, at that point of time आप उससे सवाल पूछ सकते हैं कि सारे देश जिन्होंने प्रॉमिस किया था सर सारे एक साथ ही जुड़ गए क्या? ऑब्वियसली नॉट। जैसे कि द होमवर्क गिवन बाय मी कैन नॉट बी कंप्लीटेड बाय ऑल ऑफ यू ऑन अ सिंगल डे, ऐसी उनसे भी हुआ। द कमिटमेंट गिवन बाय ऑल द नेशंस वाज नॉट completed on a single day, but still ASEAN was established in 1967. First point. Second point, that organization was established by laying down a foundation through 5 countries, and those 5 countries were, third point, those 5 countries were, first was Indonesia, second was, we can say that, Malaysia, third was Philippines, fourth was Singapore, and fifth was Thailand. Now, sixth point. Now you will say that, sir, whenever any organization comes into shape, yeah, whenever any organization is getting established by some or the other nation in the world, तो उनका एक डिक्लेरेशन होता है, ऑब्वियसली एग्रीमेंट होता है। मैं कहूंगा यस होता है। तो आई वुड रादर आस्क दैट व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से या व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू आस्क। तो आई थिंक then you will say that we are just trying to ask, sir, where this organization came into shape. Yeah, where this organization got established. Name the place, name the state, name the region, name the country. So I think obviously when 5 countries started this organization, so it is very clear the area will be belonging to one or the other 5, one or the other nation of these 5. So answer is yes. The declaration was being made where? The declaration was being made in Bangkok, and Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. So obviously ASEAN was established in 1967 by 5 nations with a common declaration made by all these nations in Bangkok, or we can say that in Bangkok Declaration. The objectives of ASEAN were primarily to accelerate economic growth and through the social progress and cultural development. Now I think simply you can say that, sir, tell us the main objectives of ASEAN. What were the main objectives of ASEAN actually? So I think ठीक है, main objectives of ASEAN were very simple. First, all the nations belonging to this organization belongs to nearby same culture. Yeah, we can say that shares nearby same ethical values. Therefore, I think cultural cooperation should be primary. Okay. Second target of these ASEAN was that if we will be culturally fusing with each other, then after that it will be easily convenient for us that we can make our social progress also in the same pattern, because the structure of our society, the structure of our culture resembles in most parts. Therefore, first objective was social progress and cultural development on mutual standards. Second objective was to promote regional peace and stability based on the rule of law and the principles of the United Nations Charter. Second, what was second? The secondary objective was completely related to the United Nations Charter. आप कहोगे यूनाइटेड नेशंस चार्टर की, यूनाइटेड नेशंस, अकॉर्डिंग टू यूनाइटेड नेशंस चार्टर, a section was introduced in the manual of UN which was rule of law. And in that manual, in that concept rule of law, it was being completely inhibited the concept that all the countries related to United Nations which will have to be abided by the rule of law. Yani ki every country related to United Nations organization is bounded to promote peace, is bounded to promote the policy of mutual cooperation. So ये secondary objective ASEAN ने लगाया, that all the countries belonging to ASEAN, all the countries who will be the members of ASEAN, the ensembled responsibility of those nations belonging to ASEAN will be promoting peace, will be promoting stability, will be promoting cooperation within the nations and in all the surrounding regions also. Why? Because this is one of the most important principles according to United Nations Charter. And we, all the nations of ASEAN are the members of UN. That's why, according to UN Charter, this secondary objective should be our objective. But hona chahiye. Last point for today. Over the years, Brunei, Jerusalem, Vietnam, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, Burma, जिसको हम Burma कहते थे, and Cambodia joined ASEAN, taking its strength to 10. Primarily, as we talked about, that this organization was established in 1967, the foundation was being laid down by 5 countries at primary level. Okay. Secondary, when the objectives of this organization expanded, and I think there started to coming of some good results. Then after that, more and more nations also joined this organization. Now you can ask, sir, name other nations also. So I think we can name those nations also. One was Brunei, okay. Second was Vietnam. Third was Laos PDR, जिसको हम Laos कह सकते हैं. Fourth was Myanmar, and fifth was Cambodia. Myanmar is that which was termed as Burma at the time of British colonialism in India. ये 5 देश बाद में जुड़े, and the total strength of ASEAN moved from 5 to 10 within a 10-15 years. Understood? So यानी कि this organization from the day of foundation was going on a strengthable pavement, was going on a path to strengthen it day by day, as per the conditions, as per the situations which were going within the world at that point of time, from time to time. So I think for today, I think it is complete. Kindly come onto the screen. आज के लिए इतना काफी है. All the students are requested to come onto the screen.